Can I ask you about batteries for a second?
Yeah, sure.
So you're building this gigafactory, right? It's built.
Well, it's not completely built.
Okay, but part of it's up and running.
A big chunk of it's built, yeah.
Part of it's up and running.
It's a really gigantic thing. It's like when the gigafactory's done, it'll be the largest footprint building of any kind in the world. Of any kind, not just factories, literally of any kind.
What is this? The largest rocket, the largest building? I mean...
Well, I mean, I think it's not scale for scale's sake. It's just like if you say, well, we want to accomplish these goals, then you kind of have to make a big thing. So,
okay. You've got this big thing. It's this big, giant building.
Right. Yeah.
It's going to make batteries. The batteries it's going to make are lithium.
We're going to have an opening. Well, it's not technically an opening party since it's been operating for a little while, but we're going to have a party soon. You guys maybe want to come.
Okay. We can come? All right,
yeah,
good.
Sure.
We'll come to the battery party.
But they can't come.
It's worth seeing. This
they
is like,
can't come, right? Just
this is crazy.
No.
This is like an alien dreadnought. It's really nutty.
Because I love a battery party, but
right, but
talk about where it's going.
Are these lithium-ion batteries?
Yeah, sure.
So they're the same batteries that's in our phone?
No.
Please explain.
Yeah, so lithium-ion.
Have you made a battery breakthrough is something I'm interested in.
Yeah, I mean, generally there's so much nonsense out there about batteries. Like you can believe about 1% of what you read. Maybe. Lithium-ion covers a very broad range of technologies, and you can have an enormous difference in the power density and the energy density and the cycle life between one chemistry and another. They can be really enormously different. What you really actually want to ask is what is the cathode and what is the anode?
Right.
So in our case...
That's right.
Okay. I just put it in the
lithium is actually 2% of the cell mass. Mm-hmm. So it's like the salt in the salad. It's a very small amount of the cell mass and a fairly small amount of the cost. But it sounds like it's big because it's called lithium ion, but it really, like our battery should be called nickel graphite because it's mostly nickel and graphite.
Okay, and
it's nickel, cobalt, aluminum,
but battery,
other little things, and graphite with a silicon oxide layer.
Battery efficiency or power, the power that you can store in a certain mass seems to be moved very slowly, at least compared to we're used to Moore's law pushing integrated circuits faster. Batteries kind of are always in our consumer devices always lagging behind. You've built this giant thing, the biggest building in the world it's ever seen.
It's not fully built, but yes, it's...
You're building it.
Pretty big chunk is built,
so
yeah,
ever seen.
Yeah.
To make batteries. Your whole business depends on batteries in these cars. Have you figured out a way to do some significant increase in the yield of energy from a given amount of space in the battery?
Well, yeah, I mean, the energy density is increasing sort of maybe on the order of like 5-ish% per year. And it doesn't sound like much, but you add that up over a number of years with compound interest, it ends up being quite a significant number. And a lot of people sort of think that, oh, well, we just sort of cobbled together some laptop batteries and somehow made a great car. But if it was that easy, then I think we would have quite a few competitors who did the same thing. But it's really quite a lot harder than that. It's a cylindrical form factor, but the internals of the battery are quite different from what you would find in a laptop. And will be increasingly different with what's built at the Gigafactory, which is highly optimized for automotive, and has improved energy density. But mostly, it's not the energy density that's the issue, because you can if you buy a Model S today, the range is around 300 miles, and that's quite a lot. So it's pretty rare that people really need to go more than 300 miles at a time without stopping.
Right.
So I don't think we really have a range issue. And we could make a 400-mile range car today. Like, that wouldn't be too big of a deal. What really matters is decreasing the cost per unit of energy of the battery packs, so you can make the car affordable. That's actually the important thing. So there's really two main dimensions along which cost optimization and making something available to the mass market can be achieved. One is design iteration, going through multiple versions of something, and then the other is economies of scale. And you kind of need both of those things in order to make a compelling mass market product. And you look at like cell phones and how many design iterations have we gone through with cell phones, and look at the scale at which they're made, which is enormous. And that's what enables everyone to have a supercomputer in their pocket.